How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, Donald Trump is kind of jumping the shark here a little bit, isn't he? Did you hear what he said about Kamala Harris most recently? Um, you know, if he wants to criticize her, that's fine. I mean, that's actually a good thing. I mean, she's been criticizing him, and that's the way campaigns work, right? You criticize each other, but you criticize each other on things that matter, right? Things that are real. You know, Kamala Harris isn't out there saying that he's mentally deficient. He is, but she's not out there saying that. She's out there talking about what she's going to do for America and why he is not the right choice because of his record. Right? Well, Trump, on the other hand, all he has is doom and gloom and fear and divide and conquer. He's trying to scare you into voting for him. All right? What did he say most recently? He said that she is mentally impaired. Hold on. Not just that. Because he also mentioned Biden as mentally impaired. Is Biden impaired? Not really, but he's slower than he used to be. And that comes with age, right? Trump not being much younger than Biden. I see it in him as well. It's more pronounced, actually, in him. But I'm off what I was going to say here just a little bit. Now, he said that Biden became mentally impaired. Which, yeah, that happens over time. I mean, you don't necessarily become impaired. Some people do. Some people just slow down. And I think that's what's happening to Biden, is he's just slowing down, with age. But again, not what I'm getting at. He then said that Harris was born that way. Was born mentally impaired. He didn't say, I think she was born that way. He said, she was born that way. Oh. Hey, Donnie, you know all those defamation suits that you've had brought against you? She has grounds for one. You could very well be facing another one very soon. Now, personally, I would like to see her bring that suit, but she won't do it. I'm convinced that she won't, because she's going to beat you in the election, and that will hurt you more than suing you for defamation. And I understand that, I'm not a lawyer by any means. I have some basic understanding of a few laws here and there, right? So, I understand that there's a high bar to bring a defamation suit for a public official or a public personality to prove defamation, because you're pretty much fair game. You put yourself in the public eye, you're fair game, for the most part. But if he makes a statement of fact, not a statement of opinion, but a statement of fact that is false, blatantly false, with the intent of hurting her, which, yeah, that's exactly what it is, she has grounds for a suit. But to say that she was born mentally impaired, why would he do that? Well, first of all, that's been his attack against Biden all along, and he doesn't know how to change his strategy. Doesn't know how to change things up. He got locked into one thing in this campaign, and that's what he's stuck on. And he can't adapt it to a different opponent. So, he's going after her on the same points that he went after Biden on. Now, if it was policy points, fair game, because she is part of the Biden administration. But it's not policy. It's personal. And he's made it clear that he's going to make personal attacks. I have to get personal. He has actually said that. Well, yeah, I'd say that's pretty personal. Like I said, she won't bring that lawsuit. But she is a lawyer. She understands just exactly how the law works. And she knows that she could bring that suit if she wanted to. Will she? We'll see. I don't think so. But you know he's desperate when he has to go for an attack like that instead of going after something that even somewhat remotely resembles substance. And, you know, another thing about him is he always has this thing about attacking women specifically. And he goes after women harder than he goes after men. He goes after people of color harder than he goes after white people. He goes after women of color harder than he goes after men of color or white women. Why is that? Well, misogyny and racism will do that to a guy, I guess. That's all he's really got, isn't it? Funny, I don't hear her mentioning all that much that she's a woman. I mean, Hillary Clinton, that was her entire campaign. Kamala Harris, that's not her campaign at all. She's also not mentioning that she's a person of color. Why is that? Because we know it, and it's not really a relevant fact. The fact that she is a person of color is not relevant to her ability to do the job. And she does have the ability to do the job. Trump has proven that he does not, and he's just trying to stay out of jail. Anyway, I'll see you next time.